going to start working on our irrigation. And this is pretty straightforward. As you can see, you have these, as my beautiful assistant might zoom in and take a closer look at these. We have our spigots, right? And this is going to spray water, and this is going to go at the end of your tubing right here. It's going to poke through right here, because we're going to bring in our tubing at the bottom of the barrel. It's going to come up and distribute around all the sides of the herb garden here, and then I'm going to run it up the pole and be able to bring it down into the actual hanging plants. And we're going to do that with our lovely brown colored tubing, because it'll work in really good that way. So we'll go ahead and work on our infrastructure, and we'll be right back to you to show us our finished product. Okay, and by the power of movie making and film, we can see that we now have our irrigation inside our barrel. Okay, we get a little more close up here. Okay, we can see we have our line coming inside the barrel right here, and we have a network of different irrigation lines coming up here. Now when we start filling our barrel, that's when we'll decide how we're going to terminate this. Okay, now we have our line feeding up into the top of our post. These are going to feed into the actual plant hangers, as you see right here, and they will feed the hanging plants as they go down. Okay, so that's kind of how this works. Now I do want to let you know that while working with this tubing, it's a lot easier to use a hair dryer to get it softened up before you actually put it on your terminal lens right here. And then when you put it on there and it starts to cool, it hardens and it creates a really good physical bond. All right, so we've made some pretty good progress here. We're going to our final stages of our project right now. As you can see, we've changed locations. Primary reason why is as soon as we start putting pebbles down here for our irrigation and then our dirt on top of it, this is going to be very immovable as we go forward. So you want to get into its final location as you start getting the finishing products done with your project, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to put our pea bubbles in here, and this is for irrigation. This is for all of the sediments going to coming up here. You don't want that to trap your moisture coming up. You're going to come up with disease and come with rot. Okay, so you want good irrigation. To do that, you use pea pebbles, and we'll get started right now. All right, now we're done with our pea pebbles. You can see we got a fine baseline for our irrigation. And now we're ready to put in our common plant soil, and we'll be able to start doing our planting, okay? And this is a pretty basic step. We'll go ahead and throw some dirt in here. We'll come up to about 2 to 3 inches off the top. We still want to have a nice little evenly flow down the bottom. As time goes, this will start settling down. You'll find yourself adding more soil as you go. So it's best to start with an even flow. Okay, welcome back. We have our dirt inside our barrel, and it looks pretty, it's gonna have a lot of minerals, and we'll be ready to grow some good herbs as our choice in here. Obviously, you can use flowers or vegetables, whatever you'd like to do. Now we're gonna attach some of the hardware and some of our finishing devices to get this thing going, okay? Okay, now we're gonna start doing our irrigation. We're gonna go ahead and put on some distributors like this right here to be able to distribute water throughout our entire plant life, okay? To do that, as we talked to you before about using a hair dryer, now we're going to go through the steps right now. Now, the hair dryer is going to be able to give you the opportunity to make the plastic pliable. Making the plastic pliable is going to give you the opportunity to put your piece on without too much effort. As you can see, it goes on pretty easy like that. Now, as it starts to get cool, it gets pretty hard. Hi, and welcome to the final step of our project. Right now we're going to tie our water irrigation system into our new plant. And by doing that, we have this distributor right here that happens to be on the other side of our potted plant, and we have a line running out through it. And we are going to insert this adapter to be able to plug into our system. This just goes right on your elbow joint of your normal irrigation system. It's all sized off here to 1/2 inch. That's what we have here at the house. There. And then put this back on so it'll continue to water our wonderful cactuses that are now poking me in the back. Turn it so everything's nice and tight. Okay, now we're ready to heat up our 1/4 inch pipe. And that completes our project. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you had fun. Now make sure you check us out and like us, and hopefully like us again and like us a third time. Have a good day, everybody. Come on. And as you can see, our irrigation is not only functional, it's working quite well. I have a couple of distributors up here that's going into a little bit of a drip system, since our schedule for our sprinklers goes 5 minutes. We don't want too much going inside the pot. So this is something you'll adjust after you get done. That's a nice little piece to our little project.
Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, click that notification bell, comment down below what should we do next. Bye!
And